Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Ready to Love Season 10, Episode 4. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, the men meet in the vault for the very first time. But this was so funny to me. As soon as Cisco came through that door, here go Tommy talking about, you about the only one that can open that vault. Baby, that just reminded me of somebody's old Southern uncle. Oh, Thomas. So he gives them the rules of the vault. But we all know the people gonna talk. Talking about what happens in the vault stays in the vault. These people gonna talk to each other. Okay, so I don't even know why you going over the rules. So Tommy told them to take the women on a date to a place that matters to them the most. It can be the job, it can be the house, it can be your mama house. Wherever you want to take her, just make sure that it matters. And if y'all going out with Cisco, y'all know one of y'all gonna go to that gym. In the next scene, Naeem goes to the gym. Now, I thought it was going to be Cisco, but I forgot that Naeem is also a trainer. So he takes them down to the gym. Deanna shows up first. Ma'am, are we going to discuss the carry-on luggage that you brought to the gym? Good googly moogly, that thing is juicy. I said, what is happening? Come on, body. Child, come on, body. Sahara, girl, why the hell you got on sandals? Listen, I know Sahara is something else, but she's starting to grow on me, child. She's starting to grow on me. Sahara, girl, why do you have these little sandals on, girl? Anyway, they getting ready to work out. So it's Sahara, Khalil, Fritz, and Naeem and Deanna. True was also supposed to be there, but she's not there right now. So they start working out. 1, 2, 3, 4, honey, doing the crunches and whatnot. Over on the other side of town, Rocky, Tay, Hussein, they all go over to Cam's house for a little get together. So they're playing a game called Let's Get Personal. Now, these questions started off very personal right off the bat. So Hussein's question was, where do you like to be kissed? Okay, let me know where you like to be kissed and whatnot. Now, he said around the waist, on the back, work your way down to the nether regions. Back at the gym, Khalil and Deanna are talking, and he's telling her that he went to a boarding school and they had some kind of paddle board and it was named Sergeant Whoop They Butts or something. I don't remember, but I know it was. Sometimes I'll be paying attention. It was something about a paddle board, and it taught them discipline. Like if you do something, there is a consequence for your actions. So they're laughing it up, honey, chuckling it up. And he said he likes the fact that he and Deanna can laugh together because it's always a nice touch to have a good time with somebody. And I agree with that. If I cannot have a good time with you, then you might not really be for me. Because, sometimes I like to people watch and get into it as I get into it. I like to laugh. I like to have a good time. But there's a time and a place for everything. Back over at Cam's house, Tay had a question. And it says, what was a life-defining moment for you? She said for her, it was graduating. She, accomplished her goals. And as an African-American woman, she was very proud of that. So then Rocky started saying how, she had lost her job and she took to the streets to become a street pharmacist. I said, wow, not Rocky Blanco. Okay, I can kind of see Rocky pushing weight. Every day I'm hustling. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But in all seriousness though, Rocky, I think it was really brave of you to actually be vulnerable enough and open enough to share that. One thing about this cast that I'm noticing, not only do they look like real people, they are real people. They are keeping it real. There's no BBL bodies. I mean, Shanice gonna put on her cat suit or whatever. But, they're going to make sure that they open up. And if you ask them a question, you better be prepared for the answer. And for that, I can appreciate them. Because the cast before, it just seems like everybody's aware of the cameras. Everybody's putting on with these fake job titles and fake ages. Now, it is some fake ages mixed up and through. But I appreciate this cast because I feel like they're being super vulnerable and open. So Cam talks about his mental health being a defining moment. He said he was in shambles. He was always depressed. He was on food stamps. He didn't even want to be around. But in the back of his mind, he kept thinking about his niece. And that's what kept him here. He said so what he had to do was change his mindset. And now he feels a lot better. Now, that's great. Don't get me wrong. But I hope that you also spoke to somebody about why you were feeling that way. Okay, because you need to speak to somebody about why you were feeling that way to begin with and get some tools to deal with things should those feelings come back again. Because, it's easy to be like, nah, I got this. Mental health is an everyday struggle. Even if you're the strongest and most mentally sane that you can be, everybody has their moments. So it's very important to make sure that you have tools to be able to carry you through. But I understand. Back at the gym, True finally arrives. Hey, girl. So, baby, she comes on in because she's on a mission. Now, Naeem is giving her a hard time because she was late. And she told him, I was at work. He was like, well, why are you late? She said, I was at work. What are you not understanding? So then they sit down. She brought up him not calling her. He said, well, you gave me a Google Doc number. So she's pressing him about this text message that she sent to him and he didn't respond. Well, he responded with a bunch of question marks or a thumbs up or something. She said, look, Google Doc, no Google Doc, whatever it is, you didn't call me. Look, why are we even having this conversation? I feel like this is a waste. He can't get over the Google Voice number and you can't get over the thumbs up that he sent you. Why don't y'all just move on? Her phone rang while she was sitting there, right? And he said something like, is that your real or your fake number? So, baby, she just got on up and exited stage left. I know that's right, honey. Yeah, go on, move around, girl. Is this the only reason that you showed up? Because if it is, it was a waste of time. And, sir, you need to grow up. If you wanted to talk to her, you wouldn't care if she gave you her pager number. You will be calling her on the under. You will be paging her beeper, and she will be calling you back. So please miss me with that. Both y'all getting on my nerves. Okay, both of you have points and both of you don't have points. It's just getting on my nerves. Back at the gym, Sahara is about to press Fritz about him texting, hey, friend, or some kind of burp or some child, some kind of stuff they be texting. I don't know exactly what it is, but I was just like, ooh, throw the whole cast away. Okay, stop worrying about these men not calling you. Don't ask them questions you already know the answer to. If a man is texting me, what up, though? Absolutely not. If a man is texting me question marks and thumbs up and emojis all damn day long, absolutely not. If a man is WYDing me to no end, absolutely not. There's no reason to have a conversation. Now, clearly he thinks you're one of the boys. You his partner, okay? So then he starts going on in the confessional. Her energy is a lot. She's aggressive. She's this, she's that, but she's also real and raw. Listen, Sahara is a whole lot, and she could easily give off friend vibes, and she has a very masculine energy. I don't think that she notices, but she really does. She gives like rough around the edges. I can see it, but Fritz is really creepy to me. I don't know about nobody else, but he just gives me the creeps. Because why are you texting like a middle school aged boy? Just don't text her at all if you are not interested. This is ready to love, not ready for a friend. Charlie will piss me off. Please do not play with me. If you're not interested, then don't text me at all. That is an answer in itself. Meanwhile, True is over there talking to Khalil and they're talking about kids. And she said that she does want kids, but she's waiting for her husband. Now, he wanted to know her age. Here she goes talking about, like you. I'm mid-grown. What does that even mean? So I'm in the mid-range, girl, what? So first, you won't give out your real number. And now you won't give out your real age because that 30-something age that you put down here, that is a lie. Like, girl, are you in the CIA, the FBI, the Witness Protection Program? What is going on? I'm so confused because what is wrong with just saying, I'm so-and-so age? What is wrong with that? Is it because you feel like you read older? I don't know, child. That just didn't make any sense to me. Moving forward. In the next scene, Rose and Cam meet for dinner. They sit down. They're talking about the qualities that they want in a partner. And she said, she wants stability and loyalty. She tells him that she's been cheated on by every partner that she's ever been with, but she still hasn't given up on love. She says she doesn't want to make the next man pay for someone else's shortcomings. Now, that is a very great disposition to have, but I don't know if you should have disclosed everything. Their food comes out and she wants to pray over the meal. Now, he did agree to pray over the food. And again, I don't know how long this would last, but she did get him to pray. So, you just never know. Moving forward. I'm glad she stayed true to who she was, though, even though she knows that he's not about the religion or even the spirituality, none of that. I'm glad she stayed true to her because, she could have easily been like, well, I'm not going to ask him to pray because I know he don't get down like that. But she was like, no, we're going to have to touch and agree. Now, me personally, I would not give a man that intel. I learned that the hard way. Okay, not all that talking, because they will see it as an opening to act a fool. Okay, they will see it as an opening to act up, thinking that it's something that you're used to or that you're going to tolerate. Because I heard over and over and over in that men's vault the word resilient. They love to call somebody resilient so they can get ready to play. Absolutely not. You got to ease into it. Don't be sharing too much. I know sharing is caring, but not right now. I feel like Rose is one of my favorite ladies so far this season. She's very authentic. She's true to who she is. And this was, it was giving grown up date. I liked it. I liked it a lot. In the next scene, Fritz is hosting a pool party. You got Coley, Eddie, Naeem, Kiara, Angie, and Shanice. Okay, Fritz, honey, I guess you let them know you got a pool and whatnot. So Angie is looking around the place, honey, like, ooh, this is nice. It don't smell like roaches or nothing. Honey, she looking around. So she looks to Fritz and she says, is this your forever home? He said, no, this is pretty big. I'm just a party of one. Oh, okay, so it's giving Airbnb. Child, I'm not finna play with you. Eddie's on the grill. You know what? Eddie is a man's man. He's in construction. He's on the grill. I just love everything about it, okay? I love it. So Angie is helping him out. She's his sous chef. She's bringing out the hot dogs and the hamburgers, just really helping him out. Shanice is over there being Shanice, honey. Girl, what you got on today? What you got on today? Baby, she gonna make sure she put that body to work. Do you hear me? Girl, oh my goodness, child. This right here is a fool. I mean, it is a pool party, so I guess this is the cover up for the pool party. I don't know. I mean, the body is giving. Don't get me wrong. The body is giving. But she gonna make sure y'all see it. Cisco and Angie and Fritz and Shanice, they get in the pool. They're playing chicken. And baby, Cisco pushed them down with one hand. I said, Fritz, just hang it up, Buttercup. Okay? It's just not gonna work. Everybody else gets in the pool. They're having fun. They're having a good time. They're laughing, kicking. The water's warm. The burgers are on the grill. It's just a good time. So then Fritz and Coley, they go off to the side and he wants to know where they stand. So she brings up seeing him following #polylife on Instagram. And she said, what is going on with that? Because I am here for a relationship with one person. I'm ready to love, not ready to love everybody. And then he gonna say, well, I feel like she's way off base and I'm kind of taken aback that she would judge me based on my hashtags because I also follow NASA. I never been to space. I follow chefs and I'm not a cook. Sir, cut the crap. Okay. You are clearly interested in space if you're following NASA and you're following Polly because you're seeking sister wife and you ain't fooling me. Let's just be very for real. Okay. Now, Coley might have played Airhead a few episodes ago, but you ain't fooling her either. And with this show, you got to research it all. They follow people that they shouldn't be following. You got to figure out who they following. They share something in common with them, clearly, if they're following them. And he got this big house so he can fill it up with women. And he ain't fooling me. Now, whoever would get down with him and start sharing and whatnot, that's beside the point. But, okay, you're definitely interested. So I'm going to start calling you Frio. Instead of Neo, I'm going to call you Frio, child. So he's like, no, I would never. Sure, Jan. After all the pool time, they all go in the kitchen. So Shanice is trying to get to know a little bit more about Kiara. She starts opening up about her children's father and not being able to, let him go and how he went away to prison for a long time. So she just prayed her way through it. And now she's there with their 2 kids. Let me tell you something. I've noticed on this season that these men be letting the women spill their guts. Why aren't y'all saying anything? I feel like the women are doing all the talking. And Kiara, are you going to get back with him when he come out? Because they come out with that good jail talk. He could be saying anything, honey, trying to get his love after lockup on. So I just want to make sure that you're going to be able to move on because you said that he was getting out soon. So that's a little bit alarming. If I were a man in this situation, I would kind of pause a little bit because are you going to be available when he come back? I'm just saying. So then Naeem Cannon gonna get in a confessional talking about, it's hard for a single black mother. It really is. And I have a soft spot for them, especially with me being adopted. Sir, you can go. You can go. Okay. First of all, last episode, you talking about, I get married at the drop of a hat, but you didn't marry not one person you had a child with. Now you got a soft spot for single black mothers and it's hard for them, but you made 3 of them? What are you talking about? And being adopted ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You just like to throw that out there so somebody can be like, oh, you were adopted? Let's talk about that. Let's unpack that. Absolutely not. Now, I actually liked the pool party. Everybody had a really good energy. This cast does have a really good vibe. They seem to all get along, and there's no cattiness and, well, not yet. Okay, we don't know, but it just seems like everybody is on the up and up, and I do really appreciate that about this cast. I really do. Moving forward. Off to the side, Eddie is talking to Angie about how much he liked the way that she was helping him. It gave him partnership vibes. Child, Angie immediately fell in love. I said, oh, it don't take much. It do not take much. She talking about, oh my gosh, my Eddie. You know what? I'm feeling the same way. Girl, you was just begging Will for a text last episode. Girl, gone. In the next scene, Coley and No More Epps, aka Jay, they go on a miniature golfing date. So they sit down, they're having a little ice cream. He's saying, he felt like Coley is not usually his type. He thought she was a rich, spoiled daddy's girl. But, she seemed like somebody he could get to know. Now, I mean, she does give off Hillary Banks vibes. I ain't gonna lie to you. But Jay always talking about somebody being his type. What if you aren't their type? I always worried about somebody's aesthetics. Child, if that ain't the child. Anyway. Anyway. So he has this little anchor on his necklace, right? And she said, were you in the Navy? She's asking him questions. He said, no, it's because I hold it down as a single dad. Now, I'm still wanting to know the story behind the situation, because where's that mama? And how did you become a single dad? Like, I really need to get down to it. So Coley said in the confessional that dating a man with kids was not usually for her, but now they make her feel more safe, and they're on a different level than men that don't have kids. Girls say, what now? How, Sway? That don't even make no sense to me. How was this golf date, and how does he make you feel safe? Let me just say this to you, and I'm speaking directly to you, honey. If I could turn back the hands of time, if I could go back, I would stick with my not dating men with kids rule for many reasons. Now, I could run them all down, but I'm not. I'm just saying, please go with what you want to do. Just because you're on this show and a man acts half decent does not mean you should go back on what you feel. So they started talking about how to know if a person is the one for you. And, she was just talking and saying what she felt. Then all of a sudden he switches to asking her, does sex mean a lot to you? I said, it's an immediately no. Nope, it's a no. Because how do we get to sex? It just seems so out of place for me. And why are you worried about that right now? You don't even know my favorite color. What's my name? What's my sign? As soon as you buy that wine, you just creep up from behind. Like, you ain't done none of that. It's not giving BIG. It's not. You just rushed into, so do you like sex? Like, that completely would turn me off. But that's just me. In the next scene, all the men meet back up with Thomas. Hey, Thomas. And they're in the vault, right? Now, of course, Tommy wants the details. And as he was in the vault talking to the men, I was just realizing that we don't hear much from Hussein. Hussein? Now, that might not be good for you in the long run. You're going to have to step up, because I thought Cam was going to be the quiet one, or even Fritz. But it seems like it's you, Hussein. We don't know nothing about you now. So Tommy wants to know what happened. Naeem talking out the side of his neck, talking about, I really like Kiara. And the fact that she's a mother of two, it shows resilience. Okay, so I'm just convinced that Naeem just be throwing words out. Then he going to say, I like him a little hood. I wish a man would describe me as a resilient hood chick. So then Khalil, he uses the same word. Yeah, I like Deanna. She's resilient as well. I just rolled my eyes because I was like, y'all don't even know what y'all talking about at this point. Hussein said that he liked Tay because of their conversation. It's very pure. He loves her eyes. He just loves everything about Tay. Cam said Rose because she's soft, feminine, and wants to be a good woman to a good man. What does that even mean? I really get the feeling that Cam is straight old school and by the book. And I think he sees Rose as one of those potential Stepford wives. And she did say she wanted her man to grab stuff from the cabinet up above. So they might be a good match. I don't know yet, but it's looking like it might be something. Naeem said Tay as well. Cisco said Tay also. Tommy wanted to know about the pool party that Fritz threw. But why did Fritz keep calling Shanice Shawnee? I'm like, Shanice is already short enough. He kept saying Shawnee as in like Shawnee O'Neal. I don't know. I had to look at the cast pictures again. I was like, who is Shawnee? What is going on? So then Eddie says Angie because she's fun, and the more that he sees her, the more that he likes her. So now Tommy wants to know who they aren't feeling. Fritz said Kiara because she may be getting back with that ex when he gets out, and he gonna go ahead and count himself out right now because he ain't got no time for it. Naeem said true because of the Google Doc number. Sir, what in the hell is a Google Doc number? Do you know what a Google Doc is? It is Google Voice number. Oh my gosh, she was running me crazy. The Google Doc, the Google Doc, the Google Doc. It's not a Google Doc number. It is a Google Voice number. Khalil brought up the fact that True did not want to give her true age. Yeah, because honey, we know that age they showing is not the truth. Okay, we know that age is a lie and the truth ain't in it. So then here go Naeem talking about, yeah, it's hard to get the truth out of True at this point. It's hard to get the truth out of you too, because you're not revealing the fact that she did text you and you didn't respond because you didn't like the number that she gave you. It's still a means of communication. Maybe that's something she needs to work through. Y'all didn't communicate at all. Instead, you just looked at the color of the bubble and decided that you were no longer going to respond. You're childish. I'm sorry. So then Cam said Deanna, especially after that interaction they had, you know, she was a little rude to him. Jay says Shanice. He feels like he's too immature for her. Now, I'm glad he could recognize that. I thought that was big of you, Jay. I got to give you props for that. That was really big of you. Khalil says Sahara. She's like a friend. Fritz says Sahara because she needs more decorum. He needs to be able to introduce her to mama. And it ain't going to work. So now it's time for the eliminate. So Khalil goes out with True and Cam goes out with Sahara. True always got them bra straps showing. Girl, get yourself together. Or do something else, honey. Get you one of them little half bras. These dates, to me, y'all, feel like when the manager brings you in at the end of the day to fire you, you done worked all damn day, unbeknownst to you. Now, you know you've been still doing stuff you ain't got no business doing. But at the same dang gone time, when they bring you in that office and start asking all these random questions, you're thinking, what is happening? Only for them to fire you, child. That's exactly what this eliminate is. Moving forward. Over on the other side, Cam is telling Sahara that she gives homie vibes. Khalil is telling True that the men thought that she wasn't honest with the phone number, etc. She's like, well, I mean, it's a privacy thing. I don't know y'all. And I can understand that because at the end of this, you just got my number all willy-nilly. Like, sir, no, I don't know you. So he told her, I'm just saying what the guy said. She said, are you not one of the guys? True, honey, you're combative. And I really hate that for you. But it's just always a comeback, always something snappy. Just calm down a little bit. She was like, well, it was Naeem with his 5 kids. I mean, yeah, it was. But you kept asking him with his 5 kids why he wasn't texting you. So clearly you were looking past the 5 kids. Poor Khalil. Child, she was eating him up. She was eating him up. Back over with Sahara. Sahara is telling Cam, this is wild. Like, maybe I should just eliminate myself. Baby, this is a mess. Back over with Khalil, he brings up the age. He said, yeah, and then I asked you what your age was, and you're going to tell me around the mid-range age. It's giving too much mystery. She said, okay, well, then ask me the question. He did, girl. He asked you the question when you were in the gym and you played crazy. Girl, you are wasting time. You are wasting time. So then he asked her again, and she said 35. Girl, you had to go home and remember what you told them people before you answered. That's what it was. I was like, I don't think she remembered what age, because I honestly thought it was 37. But then she said 35. So I'm like, did she say 35 or did she say 37? If she said 35, it's really probably 39. I'm going to give you 39 just to be nice. Okay? Because I'm 42 and I feel like you up there with me. But that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. Moving forward. Something is really wrong with True. I don't know what it is, child, but something wrong. Back over with Cam, he tells Sahara that she's still ready to love. Baby, she about to be pissed from here on out. Y'all know Sahara don't play. Y'all know she don't play. Now, the thing about Sahara that I noticed on that date with Cam is that she did seem a little bit softer and she was willing to listen to what he said. And I think she likes him a little bit. And he said the same thing. He said, you know, Sahara comes off hard, but once you break that strong exterior, and then, you know, she's really like a softie on the inside. And I can see that. I really can see it. And I saw it a little bit at the end of the date. Back over with Khalil. Khalil tells True she is not ready to love. This lady said, is our food coming? Ma'am, please. Girl, please. She said, yeah, Naeem is like a cancer and he spread to the other men. And, you know, I just wanted y'all to know that it's not me. And so then Khalil said, well, it wasn't just him that had something to say about you. You do know that, right? Then she goes on about how she's a great communicator. She has great communication skills. Do you, girl? Well, then why didn't he know your age or your age range before tonight? Girl, bye. Goodbye and good night, honey. They made the best decision to send you on home. Now, listen, I am no Naeem fan, but true, your person is not there, honey. Also, your attitude sucked. Khalil was very kind to you. He was talking to you with the utmost respect, and I feel like you were dismissive and you were rude as hell. And that's why you're going home. And that was the end of the episode. Child, y'all let me know exactly what you thought about this episode. I thought this episode was good. I really did. I thought it was good. And again, I like the fact that there are real people doing real things on this show. It's actually refreshing when you get past what you're used to. Y'all give it a chance. It's going to pick up. I feel like it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. We going to be all right. I think we going to be all right. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. Anywho, y'all comment down below. Tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. Comment and I'm going to comment back. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.